Hello, my name is Peter Dawson, and I am a trustee of the Royal Humane Society. I am recording this video as part of the Society's 250th anniversary programme. I became a trustee some 6 years ago, following a chance encounter with an old friend who was already involved with the Society. Until then, I suspect, like many of you, I had been unaware of the Society and the work that it did. I have since been amazed and humbled by the stories from the past and those that are presented to us regularly in the present, which show the incredible efforts that ordinary people are prepared to make to help others, and how often those efforts include feats of outstanding bravery. I hope that the stories that we are telling in this 250th anniversary year of the Society will similarly amaze you, and also perhaps restore or reinforce your faith in human nature. The story I am going to read, in the exact terms in which it was written and recorded in the archives of the Society, comes from 1797, more than 220 years ago, and a very different time. George III ruled the separate kingdoms of Great Britain and Ireland. It was the birth year of Mary Shelley, who would go on to write Frankenstein in 1818, and it was the year Horatio Nelson was wounded at the Battle of Santa Cruz, causing the loss of his right arm. The Royal Humane Society had been in existence for just 23 years, but as a sign of how the Society had already succeeded, its advice on resuscitation was already used by medical practitioners, and King George had been patron of the Society for 14 years. This then is the story of events of the 6th of April, 1797, as reported by W. Chamberlain, medical assistant to Dr. Hawes of Aylesbury Street, Clerkenwell. Sir, it is with much satisfaction I now relate to you that I have on Monday last been the happy instrument of restoring to life and to her friends a young woman, who, through some temporary mental derangement, had hung herself at the house of her master, a respectable tradesman in St. John's Square. All circumstances concurring tended to show that she must have hung a considerable length of time before anyone came to her assistance. When cut down by the apprentice, who was the first person that saw her, she was quite lifeless to appearance. On my arrival, I found her cold, motionless, and without pulse, her face tumid, eyes much projected, with great dilation of the pupils, etc. I ordered a warm bed to be prepared, and in the meantime, having had her placed on a mattress before a large fire, I employed myself in cutting the lace and other ligatures. I then had recourse to the customary expedients, so judiciously recommended by the Society, but which it is here unnecessary to detail, and particularly attended to the inflation of the lungs. When carried upstairs and into a warm bed, I continued my efforts, but with so little success apparently, that I was on the point of performing the operation of bronchotomy with a view of introducing a cannula into the larynx for the more effectual inflation of the lungs, when a faint gasp showed the first sign of returning to life. Half an hour's perseverance longer after this symptom brought on recovery so far as to encourage me to try to see if she could swallow, by a teaspoonful at a time, a volatile cordial medicine prepared for her. Deglutition was first extremely difficult. The medicine was coughed out violently. Respiration then became easier. In an hour and a half, she was able to take some warm diluted wine, but continued in other respects in a state of insensibility during the whole day. She is now perfectly recovered and performs her domestic duties as usual. This is just one of many such stories that you can find in the archives of the Society. Please do visit our website, royalhumanesociety.org.uk, if you are interested. There you will also find details of how to contribute towards the Society's work. We are a small charity and rely heavily on the public donations to keep us going. Thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed this video.